I want you to forget everything you think you know about time management. Seriously, today we're diving into a book that might just fundamentally change your relationship with time itself. It's called 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman.
So let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're constantly losing a race? Like no matter how fast you run, how many things you check off your to-do list, it just keeps getting longer? That there's just never, ever enough time? Yeah, me too.
Well, Berkman kicks things off with one simple, kind of terrifying number: 4,000. That's it. That's roughly how many weeks you get in an average human life. And just letting that sink in, well, that's the first step to changing absolutely everything.
So let's start by tearing down a huge idea that most of us live by, what the book calls the great productivity lie. You know this feeling, right? The inbox that never ends, the calendar that looks like a game of Tetris gone wrong, this constant sense that you're just grinding away. This is the exact anxiety that has us all desperately searching for that one perfect productivity hack that will finally fix it all. And what's so great about this book is that the author, Oliver Burkeman, he's not judging us from some mountaintop. He admits he was one of us, a total productivity geek who tried every single system, app, and technique out there, only to realize that this whole quest to control time was just making him more stressed out. And here's his huge realization, the core idea of the book. The problem isn't you, it's the systems themselves. They're basically designed to fail because they sell us this impossible dream that one day you'll finally get everything done. And when that day never comes, which it won't, it just makes us feel even worse.
So how on earth did we get here? How did we all get so obsessed with optimizing every second? Let's take a look at what the book calls the modern time trap. It's wild to think about, but for most of human history, time wasn't something you had. It was just something you were in. Back in medieval England, life just flowed with the sun and the seasons. Your tasks, like planting or harvesting, define your day. But then, bam, the mechanical clock was invented. And that one invention changed everything. Suddenly, time became this abstract thing outside of us. It became a resource to be managed, to be saved, to be conquered. And just like that, the race against the clock began.
And this race led us straight into what Burkeman calls the efficiency trap. I mean, have you ever noticed this? The faster you answer your emails, the more emails you get. That's the trap in a nutshell. When you get more efficient, you don't magically get more free time. No, the world just figures out it can throw more stuff at you faster. The demands just expand to meet your new, improved capacity. It's like the ancient myth of Sisyphus, but for the 21st century. Remember, he was doomed to push a huge boulder up a hill for eternity, only for it to roll right back down every single time. Well, our inboxes, our Slack notifications, our to-do lists, those are our boulders. The idea of clearing the decks is a total fantasy. The decks will never, ever be clear. Okay, so if trying to be more productive is a trap, what's the alternative? This is where we get to the real philosophical heart of the book, fully confronting the reality of your 4,000 weeks. So here's the big twist. The real source of all our anxiety and stress about time isn't our bad habits or a lack of a good system. It's our deep, deep refusal to just accept that we are finite. We can't do everything. We can't experience everything. We can't be everywhere. And yet we spend all our energy desperately pretending that we can. This concept of finitude is, well, it's everything. Our lives are fundamentally defined by their limits. Think about it. Every time you say yes to one thing, a job, a hobby, even just how you spend this one afternoon, you are automatically, by definition, saying no to millions of other things you could have done. And that's not a bug, it's the feature of being human. Accepting that sacrifice is what gives our choices real weight and our lives real meaning. And this is the complete mind flip of the book. We're taught our whole lives to see limits as a problem we need to overcome. Burkeman says, no. Our limits are what make life meaningful in the first place. If you had infinite time, nothing would really matter, would it? There'd be no urgency, no stakes. Our finitude is what makes our choices precious. Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, but what does it actually look like day to day? That brings us to our last section, finding freedom in finitude. Let's just put these two mindsets side by side. On one hand, you have the productivity trap. The goal there is to clear the decks, it's driven by a constant fear of missing out, and it treats time like an enemy you have to conquer. But the limit embracing life, it's completely different.
You accept that you're going to miss out on most things. So the goal isn't to do everything, it's to do what actually matters to you. Time stops being a battlefield and starts being the place where you actually live.
So, how do we start? It's actually pretty simple. First, you just have to give up the fantasy that you can do it all. Then, and this is the cool part, you start making conscious choices about what you are going to ignore. What are you going to choose to be bad at? It's not about giving up. It's about strategically neglecting the less important stuff so you can pour your energy into what you truly care about. And that's where the freedom is, in letting go of that impossible pressure.
And here's what you get in return. This is the big prize. Instead of living in the future, always planning and optimizing, you finally get to be present in your own life. You get to actually enjoy a coffee with a friend without glancing at your phone, or take a walk without feeling guilty about what you should be doing. You get to invest your precious, finite time in what truly makes you feel alive.
So I'll leave you with this really powerful question from the book. It's not, what would you do if you had more time? It's the opposite. If you truly, deeply accepted that you can't do everything, what would you finally give yourself permission to take off your plate? What would you choose to neglect?